Chat, they got him. They got him. My boy been out here thugging. They got him. They say you ain't thugging no more. They tired of you thugging. That's tough. That's tough, my boy. You too. We back at it again. We back with another one. Back to the back. They said it would go be no another one. There's always another one. Another day, another dollar, another hoe. Go holler. Play this simple. Now, my boy Antione Massey is captured. He is arrested. He's no longer a free man. Damn, Antoine, he was out there going live, all type of shit, just doing crazy shit.
Tweak manhunt.
Damn.
4 escapes from custody. And a first-class flight to prison.
What?
A 6-week manhunt, 4 escapes from custody, and a first-class flight to prison.
What the fuck?
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on the capture of Antione Massey, one of Louisiana's most wanted men. May 16th, 2025.
That shit happened.
10 inmates escaped a rotting jail in New Orleans, immediately gaining national attention. An intricate plan would begin with a maintenance worker at the Orleans Justice Center cutting off the water to the cell. The inmates would force open a faulty cell door after midnight, rip the toilet from the wall, escaping through the small hole left behind, but not.
This nigga said too easy, LOL, most hated. We innocent, sucked by OJC. How did they sneak through that though? What they do? Did they crawl through it? How the fuck did they get through that?
Rip the toilet from the wall, escaping through the small hole left behind, but not before writing a note for the jail staff on the way out. One of the biggest jailbreaks in Louisiana history, committed by one of the deadliest groups. Back in April, 19-year-old Corey Boyd was with 2 friends who were pulling on car door handles, attempting to find one unlocked so they could rob it. 38-year-old Mr. Brandon Fees and his girlfriend observed them from their porch. The suspects were approaching his car, so Fees went and confronted them. The veteran would be shot, stood over, and shot again in the head before being run over by the escape vehicle. 19-year-old Corey Boyd is accused of being the driver. 27-year-old Derek Groves was arrested for attempted murder back in 2014, but would beat the case. 4 years later, Derek would spin again. It was 2008.
These niggas is submitted.
And a group again. It was 2018 Mardi Gras. And a group of people were gathered in front of a house in the lower 9th Ward when 2 men ran up with AK-47 style rifles and opened fire. Jamal Robinson was shot in the arm and chest, while Byron Jackson was hit in the head. Both men died, while 3 others who were shot luckily survived. Jamal with AK-47 style rifles and opened fire. Jamal Robinson was shot in the arm and chest, while Byron Jackson was hit in the head. Both men died, while 3 others who were shot luckily survived.
God damn.
One of the surviving victims would later testify against him for shooting him 6 times.
What the fuck? Oh my God. How the fuck do you get shot that many? God damn, 6? And that was the survivor with 6 shots? God damn.
Derek would be found guilty of 2 murders and 2 attempted murders, while also pleading guilty to 2 additional murders. But a juror error would result in a mistrial. Derek Groves has been connected to 4 violent killings, and he is the only remaining man out of 10 that's still on the run. But the most famous of the group is none other than 32-year-old Antione
Get that
Massey.
nigga though. 4
He
murders,
escaped the juvenile facility, a neighboring adult jail, and twice cut off his ankle monitor before doing the race. Aside from having chest pieces tattooed on his face, Antione would receive the most attention after he started to post to social media while on the run.
Not giving no fuck.
Let out the GC.
Nigga
what
said
I
he
want to
got
talk
let
about
out.
today is for us why I was in Orleans Parish Jail.
Wasn't he like
I was in custody
EDP?
for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence.
These posts would
That's
lead
a lot
to
of people.
tip and a home
A lot of
being
people
raided
came.
by SWAT, where officers were able to recover some of the clothing Antoine could be seen wearing.
He looked like you, nigga.
Now, Antoine was asking for help from rappers.
He looked
and
just
even
like
the
you.
president.
Ugly
but his
as
list
shit.
of charges would
Like a
make anyone
motherfucking
say,
Bugs
I was
Life.
in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans
This
Parish.
nigga is crazy.
Today, what I want to talk about
How did all the crazy niggas be able to escape? And how did they fit through that hole? There's no way y'all told me that's how they escaped through that spot. I guess when you in there, you gonna do whatever to get up out of there, huh? They gonna squeeze through them little bars. All right.
I was on 2nd-degree kidnapping, 2nd-degree rape, domestic abuse battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse battery, violation of protective order.
And he think we want to help him?
domestic abuse charges in one county.
What
he
the
was
fuck?
being held in New Orleans on another case of
He ran
domestic
across the
abuse,
freeway.
as well as
Oh
car
my
theft.
God.
But Antoine also
You
had
tried to go
warrants
find
out
out?
for
We can go
2nd-degree
find out.
Rape, kidnapping, domestic violence, and violating a protective order. It would seem Antoine has a history of crimes against women, which would categorize him in jail as a no-good piece of shit. Another tip would reach New Orleans police, and 4.5 hours later, Antoine was taken into custody.
No,
in
you can do that.
the very neighborhood Lil Wayne grew up in. Officers
You
would
can
take
do it.
pictures with the captured suspect before
Captured.
rebooking
Look,
him
they
into the
have
same
it.
jail he escaped.
We got him.
But they weren't taking any chances. Immediately after being
got
rebooked,
him.
Antoine was placed in a helicopter and received a first-class flight to the Louisiana State Penitentiary. Angola, also known as the Alcatraz of the South, is a
Alcatraz.
maximum security prison run like a slave plantation that's home to over 6,000 inmates. With 9 of the 10 escapees in custody, 13 additional people would be arrested for their assistance in the escape. The maintenance worker who cut off the water to the cell was arrested on
Like a
suspicion.
dumbass. That's
He
gonna be
claimed
chicken.
inmates told him the cell was clogged, and if he didn't cut the water, he'd be stabbed. Others helped by
gonna be
either
chicken.
cash apping money, transporting them around the city, and giving them a place to stay.
What?
By far the deadliest amongst the 10
Why would they
is
do
Derrick Groves, and he is still on the run.
Y'all gotta get him.
Facing an eternity in prison,
Like what?
it's hard to imagine he's still in Louisiana as he faces the most severe punishment, but he's also the most dangerous. And if he's gotten his hands on a weapon,
It's over.
surrendering peacefully might not be an option he's willing to
over.
accept. We'll just have to wait and see how the manhunt plays out. Now, this was wild to see
This is crazy.
mainly due to the fact that people started doing parlays on who's going to be the last inmate on the run.
And it was Derek.
We can expect with today's technology that everybody gets caught, and very rarely there are some people that just disappear. And it would seem like, you know, the first thing everyone assumes, oh, he's going to go to Mexico, he's going to go to Mexico.
Why
The border has so much heat right now.
Yeah, why the fuck
I don't
would
know
he
if
do
that's
that?
the smartest thing you can do.
That was Trump.
You might be better off just going to the swamps or going to the woods and just living off the land, but you have to know how to do so. And everyone that got captured
Living
pretty
off
much
the
got
land,
captured
free.
in New Orleans. Nobody really left the city. You know what I mean? So it's like Antione Massey was doing videos in the city, and then as soon as he dropped it, boom, they raid that house because they know exactly where he's at. Because people are telling on him. They're like, yeah, we know where he is. He's over there. We don't want him free. He's over here beating females up and this
crazy
and that.
man.
Nah, get him. And then the other one, oh, he's killing everybody. Yeah, get him too. Like, the city doesn't want these people on the run. You know, so it's really
I
on
wouldn't want
social
y'all
media,
niggas on the
you'll
run.
see people excited.
Crazy
Right,
man.
because everybody likes to act like they're against the system, and oh, the inmates escaped. And,
Hell no.
you know, let them go,
What's
go.
this?
You know, run. And it's kind of like when you think of the escape.
He looked like he broke free with him.
him.
Look at him. He got the motherfucker. Nigga got a live neck. Like, what the fuck he mean? Nigga got a live neck. What are you talking about? Like, bro, why are you getting alive on your neck? Bro got a live throat. Like, that's just, as a grown ass man, my nigga went and decided I'm gonna get a live throat. I'm gonna get alive on my neck. Oh my God, no, niggas
Made
are sick.
Floaties out of
Niggas
whatever
is sick.
material they could find in the prison, escaped, and nobody knows if they made it or not because they had to go through shock-infested waters. But it's the thought that makes everyone excited. They've made movies, video games, all about that.
Who went through shark-infested water?
And, you know, it's kind of the same thing until common sense and maturity kicks in and you realize, well, wait, no, these people are pieces of shit. A 19-year-old who was trying to break into a car was with a group who ended up gunning down a veteran.
For no reason.
Running him over, and while they ran him over, they hit the girlfriend with the car too, and she bounced off the hood.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's unacceptable. A veteran who fought for this country
What the fuck?
got
They
stood
did
over
that?
and shot in the head because he was trying to keep 3 teens from breaking into his vehicle. That's no bueno. Then, you know, you got another guy who runs up during Mardi Gras and opens fire on a crowd of people.
Crazy
Hits 5 of them.
lunatic.
You know, he's doing this with an AK or a Draco or whatever he had, an AK-styled rifle, 7.62s flying through the air. He opens up on a crowd of people, hits 5 of them. 2 of them die. He'd been connected to another 2 murders, and then
Like,
he had
he's
an
a
attempted
menace.
murder from back in 2014. Yeah, he doesn't need to
Making my nephew out to be a.
made a video speaking on him.
Y'all making my nephew.
It's only one of them on the run now. They just got the one nigga who got four murders.
Out to be a monster. He is not a monster.
Who's
Is
her nephew?
Antoine a problem child? Of course. Anybody who know us know that.
Yeah, Antoine is a
Has
monster.
Antoine been a problem since they fucking won? Yes. But how did he get that way? Y'all know how he got that way. From watching his father get executed in front of him, but he's not the only one that it done affected. It affected his sister, it affected his mama, it affected all of his siblings. Do you understand what I'm saying? It affected all of them. But this is his story with it. His sister right now is locked up and incarcerated from allegedly helping him. Allegedly.
His sister helped? His sister helped? How would you, what did you see? His sister helped? It's crazy. And now she in jail? She's a dummy. Why? Why would you do that? Dumb.
Helping him. She ain't been right since she seen the murder of her father. This not his fault, y'all, and I'm
And
not
you wanna
taking no
blame
sides. And I'm not trying to make excuses for him.
You are. Yes, exactly what you're doing.
But this not
That's
for
exactly
him, y'all.
what you're doing,
Because trust
Mom.
me, he's scared right now. He's scared.
He
wanna
wasn't
go home
scared when
because
he was beating and raping EDP and them women. He was not scared. And now you're going to be on the side of that? Oh my God. This is Crazy Lady 101. Crazy Lady 101.
the type of nigga he will make decisions and think afterwards because he not all there. Am I saying he don't know right from wrong? Yes, he know right from wrong. He grown, but the system raised him.
Man, we don't get no reward, buddy. We don't get no reward, buddy. You just gonna be doing a cop job for free. You
Jail
crazy?
14 years his life. Come home, domestic violence, he back in there. All he wanted to do is see his mama who just come home. All he wanted to do is see his baby graduate. But we know that's not the way of going by doing. But in his mind it is. It's his mind he can't do 14 more years. And the crazy part about it is he was the one with the lesser charges.
So while there can
Yo,
be excitement from a jailbreak, the thing is this: I don't know what the punishment is in Louisiana. In Florida,
Yeah,
if you
you finna be
escape, I'm pretty
pussy.
sure it's like a 5 years mandatory that you get hit with. You know, so unless you got mad time, it's not worth it. Some of the guys that were in Louisiana were facing gun charges, robbery charges, whatever. You had a couple of them that could get off with a 3, 4, 5 year sentence. So
Now
if
you
you're just
got
gonna get
a
another
5.
5 years slapped on top of that,
Now you got a 10.
you might as well not even run because it was only 6 weeks Antoine got away. The other ones were getting caught immediately. It's not worth it. Stupid choice. And, you know, as much as they want to blame the inmates, they need to blame whoever is in charge of that jail. Because you can't have a rotting facility where cells don't open correctly. It can be ripped open, you know. The jails that are the least taken care of with the worst conditions tend to have the most violence, the most access to weapons, because if you can rip toilets off the walls, you can turn that bitch into a goddamn whatever the fuck, you know? You might even be able to build a gun out of all that metal. But what I'm saying is this.
That is wild. At least we beat his ass. All that anger you got on me, you can release on him. Grown ass man talking about release some anger on another man. If you don't go, bro, you are about weird as shit. Weird ass nigga. Trying to release your emotions on a nigga. Get your ass on. Learn how to handle your emotions.